Hello everybody, Guitarman3YT here, and today I'm going to be putting these Seymour Duncans that were in my other Strat guitar, putting them in my LP guitar here, and I'll probably share a few tips on soldering if you don't already know them. Anyway, and I got a few little handy items I got. These are funny. I picked these up at Harbor Freight. Got little magnifying glasses that fit on your regular glasses for people who can't see like me. And they're pretty strong. So, hey, let me see you feel now. That's crazy. Anyway, take these out here. Got this little clip on it. Clips right to your glasses. Just flip them up and down. Anyway, they come in really handy when it comes to soldering. And so one little tip I want to share here on soldering irons. If you're going to do guitar electronics, you're going to want to have this little tip right here, because for some reason these just work really good compared to the smaller pointed tips. I've used the smaller pointed tips in the past, and it's just a big struggle, and it takes forever for them to get hot. And you might can put the wire on the volume pot real easy, but when it comes to soldering to the back of the pot or the spring claw, it's going to take forever to get that thing hot. But with this, the wider tip, it gets hot real fast, and it makes it real easy to do those two things. And for guitars, you're going to want to use the small soldering. In the past, I bought whatever they had, and it was almost freaking 8 1/4 inch thick stuff, and that just makes a big mess. So this is 6040 0.50 diameter rosin core solder. I think that works really good for guitars. So I'm waiting for this sucker to heat up. And what I do, I'm removing the wires from the guitar magnets pickup that was in here. I've already got one of them installed, and now I'm going for the bridge pickup. I'll be taking this out here in just a second. I believe my soldering iron is hot enough now. What I've done is just pop the knob off there and the nut and the washer from the pot, pull it out, set it up here where I can get to it a lot easier. Go for the hot wire on the volume pot first. Grab a hold of that here. Pop the magnifier down. Yeah, I can see. Hold this on here until it gets hot. And voila! Comes right up. Same thing here to both of the grounds. And there they are. The pickup is released. Okay, so the guitar mounting pickup is out. You gotta take it out of the mounting ring. And anytime you're messing with these pickups in a mounting ring, you're going to want to hang on to the spring. Once that sucker releases, it'll pop out and go everywhere if you don't be careful. There it is, spring and this. And anytime you're working on the guitar, get yourself a little container to put stuff in. Keep all your parts together so you don't lose them. I like to use these old candy boxes, so I always get some around Christmas time. Snickers candy box works perfectly for putting your parts in. And the pickup is released. screw and spring in the box. Now it's time to grab. Here's our Seymour Duncan bridge pickup. And this is probably the hardest thing to do when it comes to installing pickups, is just putting the pickup back in the mount. Getting it out is easy compared to getting it back in. Okay, so I got the pickup mounted in the mounting ring. I did that off the camera because I did that off the camera because it took way too long to do, because that part, no matter how many years I've been doing this, that is one of the most trickiest things to working on a guitar, is putting the stupid spring and the screw through the mounting plate and into here without the spring popping out and going everywhere and losing it. I don't know how many springs I've lost in carpet. But anyway, the gist of it is, you got the screw, you got the spring. The spring is always way longer than the screw, which makes it difficult. So what I do, put the screw through the mounting bracket first. Then you get the spring on the other side. And you're gonna have to compress the spring and hold it with your 2 fingers like that. And hold it as tight as you can. Push the pickup against it. And you just push the screw until you feel it. Put your finger on the back side of it. And just jam the screw through the spring until you feel it in the little groove where it goes in right there. And as soon as you feel that, I mean, hold it as tight as you can and don't move your finger off that spring. Grab your screwdriver and get it in there. That's the only way I can figure out how to do it. This one went in fairly easy, but it took longer than it should. I think the spring popped out on me about 3 times, which ain't bad compared to in the past, especially when I first started doing it. When I first started doing it, I just lose springs like crazy. So anyway, that's in there now. Okay, now on the Seymour Duncan, if you're not using the coil tap, your red and white wires are the ones that are going together. Your green is your neutral, and you got a bare, which is just the ground. The green and the bare go together and solder onto the back of the pot. And the black wire is hot. Now on the Guitar Madness, the red and white went together, and the black and the bare were your ground, and the green wire was hot. So that's one thing I figured out. So if you have Guitar Madness pickups, the green is hot. If you have Seymour Duncan pickups, the black is hot. Just one of those hip. And now I'm going to solder this pickup in, and it'll be good to go. First I'm going to get the wire hot that I'm using hot. Know when it's good and hot, because the solder will stick right to it. That done?